Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about time, focus, and energy, and how this is basically what success is, right? And how this correlates to everything you do. And if you don't know me, I'm Christian, and I've built my own company with my business partner, Mikkel, where we help coaches and consultants basically take care of the client acquisition. Now, let's get into this. This is a really interesting topic that we have today. So let's talk a little bit about this. So three things to have. It's time, focus, and energy. What are the three things? And how do they correlate to what you're doing? So let's first take time. Every human has 24 hours in a day. There's not really a lot you can do about that, but every human has about 40, no sorry, 24 hours in a day. And there's not really anything you can do about this. All humans are equal this way, and there's not, because that's just the way the world works, right? Someone doesn't have 26 hours in a day or 14. No. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. And now when you see people out there, there's billionaires and there's poor people, everybody has the same amount of time, but they don't get the same things, right? So there's how you spend that time. It's really important to understand that the time that you have is valuable, right? You cannot get more time. It's literally impossible, right? It's not impossible. You can prolong your life in a couple of ways so you live longer. Of course, you can a bit, but really getting a lot more time, it's hard. Maybe one day in the future you can become immortal and time becomes a bit of an iffy thing, but it's just not in the perceivable future for now. Okay, now what does this mean to you? Right? You have to think about how you spend this time. So now let's look at another factor, that's energy. What is energy? This is the fuel, right? This is how much fuel you have in the system. And all humans have around the same energy every single day. Now there is some differences here, right? You gain more energy if you train, you eat healthy, go to bed on time. This gains you energy, right? So you gain extra energy by doing these sort of things, right? Like doing healthy things for the body and increasing your energy gain. I'm not talking about drinking coffee or drinking energy drinks, because that really ends up decreasing it in the end and you just become lazier. So really just eating healthy food, going to bed on time, and making sure to work out, train, make your body healthy. This will actually gain you more energy in the long run. But it really is not a really significant, it's not that significant, but it does help you a little bit, right? But if we are to really look at this simply, everyone has the same time and everyone has around the same kind of energy, right? It's not the that's not really what does it or not. Okay? These two things are the resources that any human can pull from. Okay? So this is the resources. Now we have to look at it like this. Imagine let's put up an equation here. So it's time times energy, right? And this out here equals success. So what this equals is success. So what this is how much time you put into what actually helps you get to where you want to go. Now, these things are really important to understand. And think about it right now. What are you spending your time on? Right? Where is your energy going? Because you may use your energy, and your energy might be going to places that you actually don't want them to go to. And this means that you're losing out on results. You're really staying where you are and you're not really getting what it is that you want out of life. Right? Now think about that for a second. Where do you spend your time? And where do you spend your energy? Of course you do some work, right? You might do some Netflix, you might do some YouTube, you might go train, right? And I'm not saying anything are good or bad here. That's for you to decide. Depends on where you want to go. Right? This is what you think about yourself. I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong, because I can't really. I don't know where you want to go. You have to do that. And I know if you're watching this right now and you're getting like your stomach starts to feel a bit weird, you're sweating a bit, you're feeling that's probably when you know you're not really doing what you should be doing, right? And that's completely okay. I have that also a lot of times, and that's human nature. And when we're looking at ourselves from that side, we always want to improve and be the best version that we can be. Okay. Now, what these two things are, time and energy, are like your resources, and how the success of your life is determined by where you put those resources. And that's really like the equation. Now, let's talk about this. If we're talking about success, let's talk about doing the right thing to get you there. Right? I don't know what the right thing is for you, but I mean, I know what the right thing is for me to do, but I'm probably sure that I'm not. I don't know what it is for you, but I could imagine that you know yourself what you have to do to really get what you want. Okay, and how much time and how much energy do you put into that thing? Okay, that's really what determines how fast and how much success you will gain. If you put, of course, you have to sleep and eat. So if you put like 12, 14 hours every single day, also the weekends, into this one thing, I mean, you're going to be successful really, really fast. But a lot of people do not do that because it is super hard. Right? I don't. I've tried it for like weeks, but hard. Now, the thing is that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people have this concept that you have time and energy and blah, blah, blah. Now, the big thing that people do not understand is the third factor, focus. Right. Now, focus is a multiplier. Okay? How focus works is that how much of your energy you actually put into that one thing. So let's go back to the equation, right? It's time times energy in focus, right? So really it is, what do you say? If it's, let's just put it like, you put 6 hours a day, so it's 6 times energy, you put 6, right? 6 times 6, uplifted in, let's just say 4 energy, right? So it's 4, 6, it's a lot. I cannot do that math in my head, but it is a lot. Focus is a multiplier. Now remember that the more focus you put into something, because I mean, you could be spending a lot of time and energy on something, but if you're not really focusing on what you're doing, you're basically stalling, you're not really getting anywhere, and you're standing still. Like, think about this. When did you have a time where you like always check your email, you always check your Facebook, you always check your blah blah blah, you didn't really do the real thing that you have to be doing, and you're not really sit down focus, getting that shit done next, getting that shit done next, getting that shit done? No, you didn't really do that, man. And I'm sure you have some times, but I'm also sure there's times where you've done a lot of other things, and you're really focusing on that one thing which will get you to where you want to go, right? This is focus. Focus is a huge factor in all of this. Focus is really what allows you to go so much further than anyone else. If you can focus like really, really much on one thing for a long amount of time and put a lot of energy into it, you will be successful. This is what you see with billionaires, millionaires. Like millionaires, they've just put a lot of time and focus into one thing and become real damn good at it, and that's what made them a millionaire. I know a lot of millionaires at this point, and the only way that they really get there, right? The only way, what they actually need to get there is just putting a lot of time and focus into one thing and getting that thing better and better and better every single day, improving, working on that one thing. And like 5 years of that, and you're basically a multimillionaire. Unfortunately, it is not that hard to become a multimillionaire. And I'm almost 2 years into my journey, right? And the first year was rough. Second year was rough. The latter of the second year, like where I'm at now, is pretty damn good, right? But that's also just because I focused on one thing continuously. continuously focusing on one thing. I haven't done that, right? I mean, I could have been successful a lot more, but I have been focusing somewhat on one thing and putting a lot of time and energy into it. Now, I'm far from the potential that I could have and how much I could have, and it's hard that you actually find it. Not that, like, see, this is a bad excuse for me coming up and not being pathetic. So let's not do that. Now, sometimes it can become a little bit hard, right? And I had the pleasure, or I don't have pleasure. What I did is actually not something that when I started out, I didn't like particularly like it in that way, right? So it's hard for me to put a lot of time into it. Now, the thing that I'm doing now, I shifted a bit to find something that I like a lot more. And what I do now is just something that I quite enjoy. So I don't mind putting a lot of hours and putting a lot of time into it, because not only is it getting me to where I want to go, which is a huge motivator, it's actually also something that I enjoy doing. And again, if you actually enjoy what it is that you're doing, I think things will be a lot easier if you're just doing them to do them, right? Now, sorry about that. You have to look at this, right? Where you're spending your time and where you're spending your energy, and how much focus are you actually putting into that? If you do not understand, I mean, you don't have to understand, right? It's a pretty basic principle, but if you cannot see, if you're not aware, you will be blind and you will fall behind. The reason why people that are really have the same knowledge as you and really could do the same things as you, right? The only difference why he is a millionaire and you're not, even though you took the same course at the exact same time, maybe you actually did a little bit earlier, is just because he could focus on one thing, put all his energy into it, and put a shit ton of time into it, right? That's right. The only reason why he succeeded and you did not. And that's a cold, harsh fact. But let me tell you, a lot of people are not really good at doing this from the start, which is okay, right? You have to learn and you have to see. When I first learned this, or when I started learning this shit, makes real sense. I just thought, like, how much am I doing? Well, when I thought I was doing a lot, I really wasn't, right? So you have to understand, time, focus, and energy is a huge factor into your own success. If you're not aware of this, if you really don't know how and where you're spending your time and energy, I mean, you're basically walking blind, right? Because the thing is, your brain really likes to hide from you what it is that you're doing wrong. Because you really do not like to blame yourself, because it hurts, right? So you just try to avoid that pain. This means that your brain is automatically hiding all of this from you. And this can actually be a bit hard, a bit rough, because when you then understand, when you see if it's been over a long amount of time, you're like, shit, what have I done with my life, right? And you just get this, oh my god, I'm so disappointed in myself. And that happens, right? It's completely human. It sucks, it really does. But you do learn something from it. And I think that's like the real key takeaway, is that even though it may not be the funnest thing in the world, I mean, it is still something that you have to do. Because, I mean, when you're looking at this time thing, it is, if you're not understanding where you're putting your time and energy, you're basically walking with a half blind. So do this, an exercise right now. The last 4 days, or just the last week, it's Sunday for me right now. What did you do? Right? What did you do? How much time do you spend in your business? How much time do you do that? Right? Now, right now, or for the next week, actually, do this test. For every hour, or every half hour, actually, that's probably better, mark down your time. Like, between here and here, what did you do? Between here and here, what did you do? Between here and there, what did you do? This is scary, right? Because this really opens up a side of you. If you're not aware of it already, it's gonna hurt a bit when you see that, because you're gonna be so fucking disappointed in yourself. Just And please do not, for the love of God, inflate this week. You have to be honest, and you have to do what you normally do in a week, and then just track it. Set an alarm. When I did that, I had an alarm for every half hour in a day, and I just tracked it. Like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I slacked a little bit the last couple of days, but essentially, that's what you want to do, right? And this gives you a massive insight to what you're actually spending your time on. Yeah, and fair, if you want to do Netflix and game instead of growing, that's okay. I've had that period too. But if you really want to succeed, you gotta put more time into the thing. So become aware and change it. Alright, that's it for this video. If you're interested in anything like this, look in the description and there's a link for you to schedule a call with me. And what you do is this, if you're a coach, consultant, or anyone really struggling with appointment booking, just click the link, sales funnel, see if it's any value from you, and yeah. Have a great day. Bye-bye.